Currently, Team Liquid is keeping their dreams alive as they get ready for game number 2. They just barely walked away with game 1 against beGenius, and they're looking for a clean 3-0 today.
It might be a 3-0. It's not looking too clean so far. They had great moments, and especially at the beginning of the game, it looked strong. Their problem really was late game coordination.
Unstable, by the way, played out of his mind in the
Absolutely
last game.
crazy.
Honestly, like, his cleanses were on point. The Twilight Dream moving in. The moment where he bolted over a wall to provide a heal for one of his warriors with nothing but pure heads-upness. Is that even a word? He still nailed it, man. Unstable. Kudos to you, man. Game number 1. If you continue to play like that, it's going to be a hard victory to earn here for Team Liquid. Let's go to game number 2, figure out which battleground we'll be going into, as it looks like it'll be Infernal Shrines.
And let's be honest here, this looked very much as if beGenius could win the first game. And that would have ended Team Liquid's dreams immediately. Now we're going into Infernal Shrines. It's the map choice of beGenius. And as they lost the last map, they prefer map choice over first pick. That's already telling us quite a bit.
Yeah, this is the battleground that they went to last week, their first battleground. And it's where we saw the Nazebo/Ragnaros strat, where they just held on forever and went to late game.
Exactly. The idea was Ragnaros slows the game down. Nazebo, as the hero that benefits most from his level 20, gets a huge power spike, and you take it from there. There's, of course, one problem. Tricked arguably misplayed a bit against it and misdrafted. What you want to do as the opponent's team is you want to speed up the game. Maybe even go as far as to take a Sylvanas to make the game even faster. And I believe that if beGenius now tries a similar strategy, that Team Liquid is going to draft very hard against it.
Yeah, and Team Liquid does not mind moving into Sylvanas. They've done it in the past. The top 3 are typically the ones that we've actually seen play a lot of Sylvanas. So beGenius maybe not going to be having the same strat this game, but we will find out relatively soon here. Team Liquid starts off the draft here with a ban on Greymane.
Greymane banned is a very, very solid ban here. First of all, you make sure that on the shrine itself doesn't get all the value. And we have seen beGenius with sniper compositions preferring them a lot. So it's a really solid ban, especially since I believe playing with the globals around the opponent is something that Team Liquid is not too worried about. So I think for them, this is a very good choice. Shuts a lot of potential cheese play down from beGenius, and at the same time makes sure that you yourself, when you fight on the shrine, are going to have not such a tough time against Greymane.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about the Sky Temple composition where we saw the variant set up into the Cursed Bullet, and they would just play around their heroics constantly. If they couldn't win the team fight right away, they back up, make their opponents use some of their longer cooldowns on heroics, and then go in for the re-engage again. So, beGenius. Now realizing, okay, we kind of let the Gul'dan go through. Let's go ahead and get rid of him.
beGenius is currently saying, guys, do you remember why we kept banning Gul'dan over and over again? Maybe let's go back to that, because in the last game we already had that situation happen once more. So no more Horrify, and let's not kid ourselves, Horrify might be a great tool, but if you have all that wave clear of Gul'dan on this map, it gets even more value, so that's a great ban on that part.
And look at Team Liquid doing their research, instantly taking Ragnaros, which takes away the entire strategy that was played out last month's Battleground. Now, there are other ways to run Nazebo. You can run Zool, you can run compositions to kind of just out-draft your opponent in terms of out-soaking, but Ragnaros is one of those that's really great because of that moment core. You stop the Shrine from jumping in, the Punisher coming in, and destroying your entire infrastructure and beating you out of the map.
Yeah, it's a really heads-up play by Team Liquid, saying, guys, we know what you did the last time. We know what one of your potential plans could be. We are very, very comfortable playing Ragnaros, so we're just prioritizing him a bit earlier than we usually would. But it takes another potential strategy away from you, since they are very... Team Liquid is the better team on the mechanical side. They're supposed to be the better team. So the more they push the opponent out of their comfort zone, the better for them. Even if they have to make slight adjustments to their own draft.
Even if they just take the battleground and make it longer, that's more opportunities for those better mechanics, the experience to shine through over beGenius. So Ragnaros and Zeratul, to a degree, really set that up.
Now, what does that tell us once again? We have the potential of a Void Prison setting up an attack by maybe even a Diablo coming into play. That's something Fnatic did earlier today. We know that Blumby is someone who loves to play Diablo as well. He's strong on the hero. But even without the Diablo as a follow-up, you can still combo with a Ragnaros ult or in a Divine Storm if you want to play that. You set up with the Void Prison, Divine Storm or Stun comes in, you use the Ragnaros ult after that and try to blow targets to pieces. So it's a very good setup for them already that allows for a lot of flexibility towards the later phase.
It's incredible how this, the Diablo band, beGenius knows what could be coming their way. It's incredible how this Wombo combo is really coming back. This is something that we had in the first couple weeks of HGC. Then we went through a phase where it was mostly about isolation, getting a target, picking them off, win the team fight, so you have a 5v4, and then just flow from the map from there. With the double support meta making a comeback the last couple of weeks and becoming pretty strong, we've been seeing blow-up comps now, and Wombo comps are now one of those things that have really been an afterthought that has shown up because of that.
Yeah, and what we have to say with this particular, first of all, the Diablo ban, of course, is shutting one of these Wombo combos down.
Yes.
That's what you just talked about. And it's also, as we said, a hero that gains extra value on this map, on Infernal Shrines, because of all the debris that is out is around the shrine.
Quarters, yeah.
The shrine area, so there's a lot of potential stuns that you can get with a good charge. But at the same time, Team Liquid is now banning out the Tychus, really taking comfort picks away from their opponent. And the entire draft is just screaming, push beGenius into a position where they're not so comfortable as they've shown in the last 2 weeks, and we can deal with anything else.
Yeah, the Greymane and the Tychus really yell that, and that means beGenius might move into the Li Ming, and actually, there it is. They go into Li Ming and Lunara. Now, Li Ming, a little bit hard to pull off against Uther. What is he good at? Anti-burst. He really brings out the healing, gives you the armor available, and he has Divine Shield if he really feels like he needs to save a teammate. Lunara, though, is pretty good herself at really breaking out a sustained team fight. beGenius is being willing here to fight in the longer duration here when they just pick up this Lunara.
And then again, the question, of course, remains, how do you save Lunara? If at any point Team Liquid gets close to Lunara and is able to drop a combo on her, she's gonna be gone. Even Zeratul alone has a lot of power that he can use to try and drop her by himself. So this is really something where whoever plays Lunara has to be super careful with his positioning in these fights.
Well, luckily, they have a little guy named Unstable playing Malfurion once again. And
yeah.
He played so well last time, Lunara should be able to trust him. And also, at level 13, Greater Spell Shield will be helpful for that Zeratul.
That's a really good point. The Greater Spell Shield, you oftentimes are tempted to go into the unfair advantage, but the Greater Spell Shield can really help you to keep her alive a bit longer, and it's usually the talent that the top teams go for because they're afraid of this.
You gotta watch out for that sweet damage. All right, Tyrael and Nazeeba.
Basically what happens there is Team Liquid looked at the match that beGenius played last week, looked at the comp on this map and said, you know what?
We like that.
We like that. We'll take that. So they wait with a Nazeebo pick until the very end, but they still pick it up. And now all of a sudden it's Team Liquid who says, boys, we are completely cool with this game going to level 20 because guess what? We have our boy with a Violent Infection as the last talent.
Okay then, Sunya will be the final pickup here for beGenius. They have solid shrine control, they have Lunara to poke on the side, and they have Li Ming, but on the other side you have Ragnaros who can slow down the game like crazy, and also decent player themselves. Team Liquid, if they really want to, can afford to move in on the shrine phase and kind of burn it down there, especially with the poke being provided here by Nazeebo. Overall, I kind of like Team Liquid's draft.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I like it a lot more than what we have for beGenius at this point. I think they are very vulnerable to decisive attacks on the side of Team Liquid. They have shown much better coordination, beGenius that is, in the last few weeks, which makes them much stronger. But Team Liquid is actively trying to push them out of their comfort zone, and at the same time also just copying a few of the strategies, saying, we delay this, once we have Violent Infection, how are you going to deal with it? And let's face it, beGenius has very few tools to do that. Against the comp, what can you do? What is your goal if you're playing against a comp that is only designed to delay the game? You're trying to end... you will not be able to push your opponent down before level 20 hits. That's not going to be a thing. But your goal is to at least take one keep, ideally 2 keeps before level 20 is there for Team Liquid. And looking at what beGenius is currently running, I doubt they can actually do that.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit on the difficult side. We're looking at Li Ming here to be the one that really changes the flow of the game here for beGenius. We're going to have an on-point Li Ming game, get a couple of resets going, and at that point you can start to move in and take out the forts and the keeps that you were mentioning. But Team Liquid, as you mentioned, if they play patient here, they keep Darkmonk here, I'm assuming on Zeratul. Well, actually, it could be Nurok. Either of them are interchangeable here with that Ragnaros. If you keep him floating around and has enough threat, enough pressure to keep beGenius playing reserved, you naturally get to that level 20. And the thing is, too, beGenius wants to kind of go late game because of Lenara and her damage that she brings in at 13, 16 when she starts to get those talents available. So it's a bit of a tug of war, and it's all about getting those setups and getting those kills here, and we'll have to see how beGenius pulls it out.
Yeah, one of the things also to keep in mind here, with this setup, Team Liquid is absolutely okay letting a few objectives slide. They know that Ragnaros, the reason why Ragnaros can slow this down is because he is so good defending against Punishers. So Team Liquid will of course try and fight for these Punishers, but if they get the feeling during the fight, this might not work out for us, they will move back. They will make the call, retreat, then defend with a Molten Core and just prolong the game. If you play such a comp that is aimed towards the late game, you have to be willing to walk away from an objective or team fight if it just doesn't feel like you can win it.
Well, but it's game 2 time here, and we'll see if Team Liquid can earn another victory or if beGenius will attempt to tie it up. Let's go ahead and move into the game here. It's going to be Infernal Shrines.
Game number 2, Team Liquid is in the lead against beGenius on our second map, Infernal Shrines. And once again, we have them starting in the blue to the left side, with Hazops on Zebo, with Splendor on Uther, Blumby again on Tyrael, Darkmok playing Zeratul, and on the Ragnaros, we have Norok.
To the right in the red, we're going to have Unstable on Malfurion. Once again, Danatan will be on Sonya. We're going to have Tank for the Win playing a new Barak. We're going to have Erikeen on Lenara, and Kirvois will be on his Li Ming. And his Li Ming, as mentioned in the past, was one of the highlights in the first couple of weeks of beGenius. When they were defeated, I guess, when they lost all their matches, there were moments where Kirvois gave them a chance to win a game or two. So we'll have to see if that will work out here, especially with this roster now being a little bit more on point.
I have to say that I agree with you here. I like Kirvois on Li Ming a lot more than on Falstad. I think on Falstad, on the last map, and especially when we're looking at the games against Tricked last week, he was significantly weaker than his Li Ming play. So it seems to be that Li Ming is a hero that he feels more comfortable with and that he has more of an impact with. So that is definitely one of those things in this game that Team Liquid has to watch out for.
We'll see if Li Ming will be able to bring out that pressure. For the meantime here, we have Sonya taking a little bit of pressure on the top lane as we're going to have Zeratul and Ragnaros move in, but Anubrak is here to help out as well. Then Blumby is also getting engaged here on the bottom right on Unstable.
Yeah, Blumby ventured very deep in enemy territory, trying to interrupt rotations between the lanes. We also have, of course, at this time, mostly Liquid going to try and get the stacks for the Zebo. It's going to be a really important thing for them. Keep in mind, they are trying to delay the game. They know that they have a very strong level 20. If they see opportunities to take these early team fights, they will take them. But they are the team that is willing to walk away and defend with a Molten Core.
And Team Liquid would be okay not taking fights so that Nazebo can get those stacks there. A common thing if you do pick Nazebo in Hero League and such is in the early game, in particular, be around those minions. Every single stack counts, especially with Vile Infection getting a slight nerf. It now is 175 to stack up all the way. You want to make sure that around level 18, 19, you are closer to that goal than normal. You don't want to be at 90 stacks, for instance, at level 19. So we'll watch Hasawa obviously spreads around and gets those stacks set up.
Another important point is that a lot of the kill potential on Team Liquid lies within the power of Ragnaros after level 10. Getting an ult in after a pre-stun on the side of Uther, maybe even a wall of zombies from the Zebo, is going to help you a lot to drop a target. And that is something that we have to watch out for now in this fight. Zeratul, of course, attempting to also set something up with the Void Prison. We have still Zeratul, by the way, up at the top lane, getting the experience, while the rest of the team is already fighting on the Shrine.
Zeratul hoping to get level 4 for his teammate. Blumby moving in, stealing a couple of minions while he gets the chance here. Hassop is finally joining the party, and he'll shell out a couple spiders just to aid here. Darkmont comes in, does see Erikeen, but Erikeen turns around and brings up the damage. We're diving in.
Trouble. Good wall. They're trying to go for it once again, but Unstable locking them down with a decent root. And after tabbing, Arcane starts to move back in again, but we have the lead nearly taken away by Team Liquid.
Danatan taking damage, getting low on health here. And this is where Erikeen's going to have a hard time getting away. The wall comes out. Tank for the win's able to burrow charge away. But Kirvois is having a hard time here around the Shrine phase. The Li Ming can't hit skill shots with the minions in the way.
Also, Hazops, very well played here, and making sure that Kirvois has that hard time, since he started to move towards the top of the fight and then was able to drop a zombie wall behind the targets so that they were trapped within the Shrine area, and that allowed the rest of the team to deliver the damage. Very well played by Liquid here. They have the Punisher, they move through the middle, and that's a lot of damage towards that front wall already. They're ahead in kills, and we've seen beGenius spread onto the lanes right after they lost the objective.
Zeratul putting some pressure on Li-Ming in the bottom. She does get away, but pressure in the middle as Arakeen and Tank for the win move in. They're looking for Splendor. Healing for the moment. Isn't able to turn around, but here's Blumby showing up to hang out with the deer.
Body block attempts by Blumby. Needs to move away with the Eldrune's might here, though. Jumps on his sword and makes sure that he escapes. And that was a scary moment. At first it looked as if Uther might be the one to die here, but then the turnaround attempt against Lunara, and just in that last second, all of a sudden they're realizing, hey, Anubarak is flanking us from the side. If we don't move back now, we might be the ones ending up dying.
If you're a Team Liquid fan, you should be pretty happy for them right now. They're in a good spot. They won the first Shrine phase, they already hit level 7, they're moving towards 7.5, and they're playing aggressive, unstable. Taking damage here from Zeratul. Darkmok gonna blink away. Kirval looking for the kill maybe. Is gonna chunk out some damage on Blumby, but nothing really opening up in terms of a kill.
Blumby once again on the move back. And you know, I actually like what you also said earlier. I think that what we're having here is Team Liquid making sure that they don't play beGenius game. If they allow beGenius to do what they want, if the French team can just run the show here, then Team Liquid is in trouble. So with their aggressive stance on the map, they are already trying to keep them small.
And they're keeping up with it too. They're gonna grab the mercenaries here in the middle, push in. Ragnaros even grouping up with the entire team as they move for the opinions on the top left. Want to be able to grab those while the shrines do pop up.
Also, quick reminder, we have Underking taken for Anubarak. So he wants to dive really deep in these fights. The idea is to have, first of all, of course, a good escape. And the second idea, more important, is he wants to be able to dive deep into that backline and really wreak havoc there. I'm wondering just a bit if he doesn't feel he's a bit alone there. I would have bet money on Sonya going for Wrath of the Berserk, and I still believe that's the case. But if you want to go really that deep into the backline, maybe Elite might become an option for you.
Yeah.
Not so sure about that. I think it would be a bit too much one-trick pony. But with the Underking in this setup, I could see it.
Could be doable. Jump into the back line, locking down a Zebo. If he killed a Zebo, this composition does fall a little bit hard here for Team Liquid. Blumby's going to take some poke here on the left side. I'm trying to think about it. If you kill a Zebo, does Zeratul and Ravagnos have enough damage if you spread out and have Sonya be in your front line and keep spinning their will-wits?
The question is, how much damage do you take while you go for Nazebo? And that would also mean that they have to go really deep. I still think that we're going to see Wrath of the Berserker for Sonya, but I'm a bit questioning that Underking talent. I love it in a double tank setup. I absolutely love it if Anubarak is the off-tank. With this setup here, the question is how much value can they get? If they can get set up a good flank, would be great, but he sacrifices Bed of Barbs, and there's the kill. Level 10 is there for Liquid. It's not ready for beGenius. They stayed way too long. Void Prison is down, and now all of a sudden, here comes the ult of Rag, and they get the second kill confirmed with Malth dying and Anubarak falling shortly after.
3 instant kills there. beGenius went aggressive. They were hoping to take out Splendor before level 10 hit, but the moment 10 hit, Splendor was in the middle of a fight, but he brought out the Divine Shield instantly, slammed it out, and was able to turn around the fight for the team. Of course, we had the Void Prison afterwards, and beGenius fell. beGenius knew that was a risk. They were trying to make a play there, unfortunately missed out on it, and Team Liquid will reap the rewards.
It was a high-risk, high-reward play, and unfortunately for the French team, they fell victim to Team Liquid's level 10s. They did not get the kill they wanted, and all of a sudden they are now down. They will lose the Punisher. We have experience taken by Liquid, and Liquid has taken a significantly inexperience. One entire level ahead already, and that is before the Punisher is getting value for Team Liquid, moving now through the top lane.
Moving to top lane, killing a 4, 11.5 to 10. beGenius taking other avenues here of getting experience back. They're going to push in the middle and the bottom lane. Should start sneaking some people up to that top right lane to deal with the Punisher, but they're trying to get Team Liquid to walk away from this area. That way they can either A, get a pick, or B, defend the Punisher. And they're going in. They may have a pick here on Hasu.
They might, because Hasu was very much out of position there. Got caught when he was transitioning between lanes. He falls, and it's a good kill for beGenius. Cocoon is out as well. They're going in here. We have Silence being used thanks to Malfurion and his ult, and Uther falls as a result. A double kill for beGenius puts them back onto the board.
Back on the board, and they'll push middle. They have the Mercs pushing in the ground earlier. They go in for Tank for the win. They knock him up. Nurok's low on health. Kirba even jumps over a wall. Void Prison coming out, though. Darkmok has him in a corner. Kirba jumps over. Can he live? Unstable, trying to give him a heal, but too late. And Darkmok and Blumby getting 2 kills, a third, and maybe a fourth, with Ragnaros in the background shelling damage.
And Nubrak moving back, but I absolutely love this. At first, oh, they might really get the kill against the Noob too. Darkmok moves in, goes for the body blocks, and Blumby jumps in too, and that's it. Confirmed 4 kills for Team Liquid, setting them up at the wall with a Void Prison. Ragnaros barely escaping, but using the opportunity to drop a quick Molten Core and then dishing out all the damage, using his ult, using the swing, locking them into place, and the 2 damage dealers came in and dropped the targets, while Sonya was at the top lane, dealing with a Punisher that was already at the gate to the keep.
Cheerful answering back with some damage here on the bottom left. Ice Block will be the choice here for Team Liquid on that Nazeebo. Spider build continuing with all 3 talents here on 1, 4, and 7. We're going to be having Team Liquid in a really solid spot. We have already Darkmok on the top, soaking around, getting experience here, even scouting their opponents. They're starting to feel like they got a massive lead here, and it's starting to show on the battlefield. Exactly.
And what we said before, they are the team that is very, very happy to take this to 20 because of that massive power spike that Nazeebo has. But now, Nazeebo himself is in trouble and gets blown to pieces as beGenius invades the camp, has the cocoon already on Uther, who gets completely body blocked. The Warcraft 3 body block is there. It's a double kill again. beGenius is taking 2 kills against Uther and against Nazeebo. Great play here. The camp got taken. Tyrael jumps away. But that is definitely a bit of hope on the horizon for beGenius as they find themselves still behind in experience, but still on level 13 talents.
Yeah, incredibly helpful to get that. The talents you mentioned there, the 13 being important for when they're going to the Shrine. They were at 12.25 there in terms of experience before they moved in. We're going to go ahead and have Darkmok and crew, and also in the bottom chasing the Sonya. Ragnaros and Tyrael get a kill, and this has been a bit of a brawl between these 2 teams.
It definitely has been. We're 10 minutes in and we have seen 14 kills already. So right now, another Shrine is about to activate, and Team Liquid might be looking for that level 16 talent. They're close. It's half a level away.
Easily achievable. Clear the top lane, clear the bottom lane, rotate to the middle, have that talent advantage, and move in on beGenius. Sonya will be spawning in about 4 seconds, but we have Void Prison, Sulfuris match still available, and Gargantuan.
Down to the bottom, though, there's a bit of a fight happening. That's currently Li Ming and Arcane attempting to go for Nurok as they transition to the top. Smart thought process. They know that they're transitioning from the bot lane to the top, so they're attempting to intercept them, but they cannot confirm a kill. And Liquid now is about to hit 16, as we just now see them already in a very significant lead on the minion count on the Shrine. Hazops is just poking away. The rest is checking out where beGenius might be, but it looks like the French team just simply gives up the Punisher and says, okay, let's take some experience, let's make sure that we get at least a few mercenaries here, and then we defend as 5 against the Punisher.
beGenius has gotten a few kills doing the unexpected. Everything that's been expected so far, Team Liquid has walked away with the victory. If beGenius can continue to keep surprising Team Liquid, they might be able to move into 16 and start to get some kills. But remember, 4 more levels, and Nazeebo, who's already been pretty effective this game, aside for the few deaths that we've seen, will, again, power spike and start to shred anything that Spiders hit.
Once he has a Violent Infection, he is going off completely, and that's something that needs to worry beGenius now. So we have the cooldown of Molten Core ready again, and Nurok is about to use it, as is helping out that Punisher in the middle. There's raining down hell on the opponent as we see Team Liquid attempting to burrow through the wall, going straight through it, killing everything, towers, gates, and now attempting to go, of course, for the keep itself.
This is not looking good for beGenius. beGenius wanted to be the first one to kill a keep, and Team Liquid is very close to getting the first keep of the game. They haven't even lost a fort yet. beGenius is just sitting in the back here, hoping to survive, as Blumby moves in here. Watch out for the holy ground. Unstable in the top right corner. The Spiders get the final kill.
And Team Liquid with a statement. Yes, you boys might have a really good run right now, but we are still one of the big 3, and you are not gonna win this game. Liquid, they are the ones that are ahead, and they are the ones with a better power spike at 20. beGenius, they are the team that was really trying to get a keep, maybe 2, before Team Liquid hits that spike. But right now, everything points to Team Liquid walking away with a victory here. beGenius has to play out of their mind now to make a comeback happen.
beGenius watching for the flank here on the left side. They're about to hit 16. Tank for the win does see Blumby. Does start to move out, hoping not to get picked off. The holy ground does occur. Unstable will drop off the hill, but 16 is here. beGenius, if they wanted to, can move in for a fight. Darkmok gets the W here. On the back on Unstable, the anti-tank getting low. He's at half health. Void Prison does come out.
On Malfury and Solo, Cocoon has also been used. Is immediately being chunked down. Void Prison is gone. No follow-up, but the Cocoon also eliminated. Once again, oh, Ragnaros goes in and drops the ult on Anubrak. Anubrak falling. Tyrael dropping the Sanct on the ground as well. And Lunara gets grilled. Bambi down once again.
2 members taken out for beGenius, and Team Liquid is hoping to get more here. Big Orb comes out, but the shields being here for Tyrael are enough to keep her at bay. Keep falls down to half health, already down to a quarter, and bad news bears for beGenius. A shrine is activating to the very top.
Yeah, Norok might be falling here. Was the hero of the last fight with that ult. Dodges, gets the Divine Shield, and now they should be able to walk away. Kiva?
He was hoping for it.
Yeah, he was looking for something here. But I love how Nurok just simply said, you know what? I like a setup with a Void Prison so that I can get my ult 100%. But in that case, I'll just take it without it. Drops it in, hits 2 heroes, stuns them out, max damage on both of them, and then it's a double kill shortly after. Great play by Nurok, absolutely on point with his ult, and beGenius 2 levels behind Team Liquid.
2 levels behind, still in the same talent zone, and
yes.
They have one chance here to make a play. They have catapults in the middle. Lunara is bounding her way to the top. Blumby's on the side here. Kierball's getting locked down. He's going to blink over to Darkmok. Silence comes out. Unstable hoping to turn around. They're going to kill Zeratul. So Fierce Punch comes out, but Ice Block is used at the same time. Erkin is bringing damage in. Nurok's going to fall.
Nurok is down, but so did Malfury, and it's still a 4 versus 3 in favor of beGenius, but the catapults are on the core in the mid lane, as you mentioned. Blumby and Splendor are moving back, and that shrine at the top lane has still not been decided yet. Everybody's low on the side of beGenius. They don't have their healer with them, but they might be able to get another kill. Hazu, Blumby, and Splendor walk away, but beGenius is aiming for that Punisher. The big problem is, of course, that Team Liquid is only half level away from level 20.
19.5 here. 20 coming soon. Uther heading to a lane to soak. There's a big chunk of experience in the bottom lane for them to grab. Should be getting that 20 here, and beGenius needs to make a decision here. Do you float around and play around late game against an Azebo, or do you get this Punisher and as a unit of 5, you just push in and try to go for a win?
No way. Absolutely no way. Not with Molten Core. Liquid is very likely to let the fort fall. I don't think they're going to fight for the fort. They're probably going to let it fall one way or another, and then they're going to make their stand at the keep itself. They will have level 20 by the time, but at this moment it also looks like beGenius is simply saying, yes, we get the value in the mid lane, we let them push at the top. Ragnaros, when he comes back, has to make a bit of a choice, but Liquid is about to hit 20, and then we can check out if we have enough stacks on the side of the Zebo.
beGenius trying to soak all 3 lanes right now. The top lane, they soaked it, and they put 4 in the middle, soaking that there. They're moving towards level 19. Sonya in the bottom, pushing in as well. beGenius needs to be very careful here, not to get picked off. The moment Zeratul and Tyrael disappear from the map, they need to back up, and they do. They pull away and head back home.
Violent Faction has not been chosen. Hazu is not even going for it. He goes for the Mongoloid. Okay. Interesting.
Okay. All right, then. It is a bit good for controlling Sonya. Just having that up all the time is pretty helpful. You miss out on the damage that you built full spiders into, but he's just hoping to clear out that front line. Yeah, honestly, if you don't have a new Reckon Sonya dive, you're pretty good.
It still surprised me, though, I have to admit. I thought he would go straight for the Violent Faction. That was his main tool. But now the Gargantuan, of course, reduced cooldown by 40 seconds. That's pretty crazy. You can drop that thing every single time. Gary is awesome, don't get me wrong, but the Violent Faction for the constant poke seems to be an amazing tool. Just simply let that pass. Hazu was hesitating, but he was the last one to pick his level 20. But they are pushing through that bot lane now. They have already 2 lanes pushing against the opponent. One last keep on the map. beGenius still about a level away from level 20, and Team Liquid is now with this advantage of their Storm talent starting to siege the bot lane heavily.
They're sieging it, they're going to kill off the wall. They do have to consider the push from the top, as beGenius does grab the Vert camp in the top right, which means if it does get to the keep wall, it can burn that down relatively easy. beGenius hoping to get to 20 at some point. 19.5. All they need is about 2-3 more waves, and they should be good to go. Team Liquid realizing they're not going to get much more in that bottom lane. Do pull back, and they grab the mercenary camps, and it's going to come down to the next shrine.
Yeah, so they go for the mercenary camps. First of all, there's one up at the top. They can take their own, of course, and they are really willing to delay this quite a bit. So Team Liquid now fighting against their opponent, who will reach level 20 talents for the next shrine. So all of a sudden, beGenius has a fighting chance here again, but they lost 2 keeps as is already, and that is, of course, a big problem for them. The top lane has lost the fort. Every other fort is still on the map. And here comes the invade onto the camp. Norok gets the camp, and Tank moves out. A bit short, though, on the dash here, and that might be his downfall. It needs to use his rewind, and it's a 4-man Void Prison setup. Here comes Ragnaros to the face.
Twilight Dream comes out, and Stable frantically hoping to save his teammates. Danatan does get on the back left. He's going straight for a hospital, but Darkmok is cleaning up house right now. It's chore day, and he's getting it done. Darkmok dies on in. Kirva low on health. Kirva hoping to live. Will the poison be enough to get a pick off? The dominance coming in there. A slight heal for Kirva. He gets a big repulsion off. Nerok's low, but here comes the rest of the team. Arakeen has to jump away.
The rest of Team Liquid moves in. Zeratul with great moves here, but against the 2, it was just too much. And Kirva playing this really well. Arakane, on the other hand, finds himself very much alone, uses the Galloping Gate. Norok with a Molten Core trying to drop him.
He's weaving. He gets out. Arakane does retreat.
Juke City, your mayor is called Arakane. The rest of the team is on the core, though. Splendor is there. I'm not so sure if they can. Can they pull that off properly? Okay, the rest of the team comes in and is healed again. Splendor can also still die here. He's going to be completely fine with his redemption on 20. They go for the core. Team Liquid, 16 kills against 8. Takes map number 2.
2-0. Team Liquid is starting to be a little bit rocky there towards the end, but looking much better here in game number 2. This is the Team Liquid that we've come to know and expect the last few weeks in the HGC.
Yeah, but still, a couple of really cool moments there, but then in the end, the dive onto the camp, and when he was trying to escape Nubrak, being really short on that. He must have clicked that button like a maniac, just trying to get the stun somehow, and comes in short, and all of a sudden he's like, oh my god.
Panic!
Rewind, goes over, and Zeratul blinks in and sees, wait a second, is that 4-man on the same spot? Hell yeah, Void Prison time. And from that point on, it was an insta-double kill, I think, and they picked up a 3rd later on. Great play by Team Liquid, a great opportunity for them. Bit unfortunate for beGenius that once they reached 20, they fell into that trap that they themselves created for themselves.
Sure.
But overall, Liquid looking strong. They still need one more map, though.
I do like the call of beGenius, though, to move up to the top left, get aggressive, and try to force a fight. With 2 keeps being down, you're in a really hard spot, and you want to try and make a play happen if you can. Let's go ahead and get ready for game number 3. We'll be right back with Team Liquid as they take on beGenius.
Rewind, and it's a 4-man Void Prison setup. Here comes Ragnaros to the face.
Twilight Dream comes out.